Now we have monaters versus Kotte.
Absolutely. Stepping into Group M, monaters versus Kotte. As you were saying, this is probably a battle for the second place spot. Kotte does have draw odds because he's got a win under his belt, whereas monaters just has a draw. But Sergio could still upset some stuff if monaters finds a win here.
Yeah, that it would be interesting to see if Yeesh wins as expected into Sergio. Sorry, Sergio, but Yeesh is very very strong, so it's kind of the expectation that Yeesh is going to win this group and has been kind of converting on that so far. So if Yeesh wins as expected, this match will definitely determine second and third. So we're gonna see if someone can come out of this. As you said, it was Kotte who had draw odds.
Yes. Kotte has a win and a loss.
Yeah, and these two players have been really, really big names in the competitive scene pretty recently. Kotte kind of coming out of nowhere, actually. Was an Iron, was doing pretty well there, managed to make it into the postseason, and then from the postseason was kind of a dark horse in the tournament of position, went 3-1, only dropping a match to Rio, one of the eventual gold winners, then someone who went. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. And Rio also went 3-1, but Rio went 3-0 before it. So very, very strong performance from Kotte in the postseason. Monaters kind of decimated Oak with up there with Legorb Janine. Also had a postseason bye, and so big names definitely coming in here to this match. And we'll see if who of the big names are going to come out on top.
Absolutely. This one not quite as clear cut as the last, but as you were saying, very likely the battle for second place as we start things off with Smallman. Monaters starting things off on the spy side, Kotte on the sniper in ballroom in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, Smallman is a little bit actually underrated on Ballroom. Obviously Smallman is always kind of more suspicious than usual, but I think Smallman gets a little bit of more fear on places like Gallery or Tien just because of the infamous you're going to hide behind.
Speaking of hiding behind people, it's a super early Purloin. We do have that big tell of Toby kneeling down there, but I don't know if Kotte's seen this yet. I don't think he's got a good look at the list.
There is the look as the sniper zooms in on the camera. I think that they did notice the kneel down. So as we get revealed by Taft walking away, we pick up the highlight.
Oh my god, that was so perfect. He's like looking around, trying to figure out where it came from. Looks at Taft. Taft walks away, and there's Smallman.
Yeah, that is like one of the timeout on a high rise we saw with General and Twin. General checking his watch in front of the actual time matter and getting shot for it. But in this case, it actually is going to work out for the sniper and not the spy. The sniper is going to pick up a highlight onto Smallman, who has just been sitting here, did gulp the drink. So we'll see if this also fake contact is going to lower our suspicion a little bit here.
Yeah, green test on a fake contact. This is actually pretty well played for Monaters so far. Making himself look as inconspicuous as he possibly can. Goes back for another drink as well. 2 minutes to play. And got the hard tell done already and 34% on the flirt. This is not bad.
Yeah, we are highlight. That is going to be a little bit tough. However, our ST who did take the drink after us is not actually a highlight, interestingly enough, but was in for real contact. We had a highlight in for real contact, and we did not give up many lowlights. There's only 2 lowlights on the map right now for that contact, so it's very, very nice play by Monaters here. Kind of making other characters more suspicious than he is. It's not a hard frame on any one character. The hardest frame you could talk about is Taft, because he knows that Taft did take a drink right after he did and would be suspected for the Purloin. So it kind of timed that BB to make sure that the ST was in for the real contact. But it's just in general keeping suspects. and keeping yourself as little of as a suspect relatively as possible, and we might see us a shot come off because of that. This will be
Well, even
interesting because I think this might be a swap that's going to be trying to attempted for Taft
it is
here.
indeed a swap. It's a green test on the swap. 30 seconds left to play, but the time is ticking down very quickly. We get a second inspect out of it, but that's still not enough. We only have the one flirt. Where are the rest of these missions coming from?
And I have to wonder if that green test was actually intentional, because if we had white tested, the fade would have been hidden behind some characters walking near us. But it is going to be a highlight picking up the statue.
It's not in time. 10 seconds. The swap has come off. There's the shot. Just nicks Smallman in the shoulder. It was a spooky game for both sides, but Cotte's able to make it happen and picks up the first game of the set.
Yeah, really interesting there, because I don't know if Kotte had honestly a really strong mission count, because obviously we weren't in the real contact, and even if you're crediting us with the flirt, that is not enough mission progress to be done. You probably could have waited for overtime if you're shooting Smallman, but it's still the correct shot. Lots of signs pointing to us, and Kotte goes up 1-0.
He does indeed, and has a chance to go up 2-0 from the spy side of Ballroom as monaters picks up the rifle in
Bug,
3, 2,
bug,
1, playing it.
bug.
Nope, they
Oh,
started going in different directions.
that is so sad. You always want to see the chaos bugs.
I wanted it too.
We do start off next to a random AI, which is not our ST, which is a little bit of an interesting prospect. On the one hand, a lot of people like to assign suspicion for being that close to another character early in the game. On the other hand, if you're actually tracking, possible pairings, potentially getting mispaired is something that can be very, very strong. However, I don't think Monaters is really doing either of those things. Not many things happening right now. We will just kind of put back this book and go for a flirt.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a slow start from Kotte. Wanted the flirt at the bookcase, but General bailed on us before we were able to get it, so we chased to conversation and pick up 43% at a bit of a distance.
Yeah, we're gonna request this drink for a fingerprint that's on it. It might be well done here because drink fingerprints are pretty hard, just generally to catch, and it's an innocent drink in the end if you're not aware of that fingerprint. So it might just be a free fingerprint. Monitors might be on it, but if they're not on it, that's going to be very, very big.
Yeah, if you are aware of that fingerprint, though, is a little bit obvious, as Toby had to take a pretty awkward path around to get to us. There's the contact coming off. It lets off 3 lowlights, it looks like. So that's about par for the course.
Yeah, there were 4 available. Twin was or rather Bling.
Oh,
Twin.
the bug coming across! That was an absolutely beautiful little move from Kotte. It was a pretty innocent move.
We do pick up the highlight, though, so I think Monators has credited that bug. But the problem is, even if you credit the bug, are you how are you going to win if you haven't got a fingerprint credited for Kotte here? So, and if it's just a bug credit's obviously not as strong as actually having seen the bug, because you would just shoot for seeing the bug. We're gonna be a little bit respectful with this flirt.
No, we certainly have the percent for it. Hitting white test brings us up to 75.
Is this another fingerprintable drink?
I don't think so. It is.
It's a green test.
God.
It's a difficult.
Let's go, Kotte, the plays.
Oh my gosh, Kotte just completely on top of where those fingerprints are going to be coming from, and now we just need one more flirt. I don't think Monators could possibly shoot for this, especially if it's just the timer flirt.
Saw himself get highlight for a bug, goes for a difficult fingerprint on the second one. All we need now is a flirt to finish it up. We still have 35 seconds to play. Staring down the general, gonna see where he goes. It's just to the next CC over. The beep beeps have just started. This is gonna be such a hard shot to take. There's the cooldown.
And there's 5 seconds on the clock, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. There is not going to be a shot. And Kotte is able to make a spy win happen in beautiful fashion with 2 drink prints, one of them being difficult, and a nice bug.
That was beautiful. Kotte getting it done on a very nice bug. That, credit to monaters, he did catch some of. At least the path he was suspicious of. But with the way he was able to pick up those prints, there's just not much you can do in monaters' shoes. A beautiful play, a beautiful series of plays by Kotte. And even though monaters put up a fight, it wasn't quite enough. Kotte goes up by 2, stepping in to courtyard on the sniper side. Monaters on the spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh.
It's a bug! We got the bug! It happened!
Good game. Good game, everybody. Good game, GG. Monaters has now got a game on the board.
I mean, you're not wrong. That was a nice type of chaos bug, too. Picking up 33% on the flirt, staying just out of range for another bug.
Yeah, we are going to see the ambassador kind of just join that conversation. We're going to be completely innocent here as monators. We did get the green test flirt at the windows. We're kind of far away, but that 33% is more than good enough to flirt on 2 more whites if we want to. So
we don't need to do anything else. Like, we've got the hardtail. Unless something goes horribly wrong later in this game, that should be it. There's the contact coming off, a pretty nice one too. Lets off just the 3 low lights, so that's standard, I suppose.
Go away, ambassador. Go away. We don't want you here. We don't want to be suspected of this bug. Come on.
Yeah, we just don't want any part of that. We're gonna step out of there, go for the next flirt. We need 2 more flirts and a statue visit, and that's all that the sniper's going to be able to see. Second flirt comes off, up to 67%. I don't know how Kotte wins this.
It would be something incredible to see this win happen. It would have to be completely based in like flirt tracking, I suppose. And even then, how can you take that shot when you haven't seen the hardtail? Flirt tracking is usually not something you shoot for, especially in a competitive setting. You usually use flirt tracking or behavioralism or something like that to narrow down the party a little bit, to focus in on what you want to be watching and to find where that hardtail is. But if the hardtail is already done, I just don't understand how Kotte is ever going to do this, even if we are perfectly tracking this flirt.
Yeah, I think it's going to take something disastrous. As the last flirt comes off, 3 missions done, all we need is a statue visit, and unless we, like, misclick a swap or something.
Yeah, I guess misclicking swap would be the play that would get us dead. But we actually go for a fingerprintable statue, I think, yeah. Which also might have been a mistake from monators. Obviously, we don't need the print, so doing that could be really...
Oh, it hits the green test! 1 cycles the statue! Monators making it happen over here!
Yeah, and I told you we could have just skipped the rest of that game, and I could have told you the outcome immediately from the first, 4 seconds in. That was going to be a spy win from monators, just because that bug was completely clean. It was not caught by Kotte, and that's all it takes on courtyard.
Yeah, but we didn't know it would be that swaggy, though.
All right, we'll see if Kotte can continue to keep his lead by securing his own spy win on courtyard. Something that can be usually pretty hard to do. We're gonna start with a drink in hand.
Let's see how Kotte's able to play this in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, turns out courtyard is in fact spy biased if the spy starts with a bug. If the spy starts with a bug. That's usually how that goes, yeah. Playing 3 of 6 on courtyard is not fun.
No, it is not. First flirt comes off as the ambassador drops in to say hi. 34% on that.
Yeah, we could look for a bug here, but monators is keeping that angle just locked down. There's no way we get away with a bug here.
Yeah, not even looks like he might be baiting it. The
Oh!
bug does come off. He swung around to check the statues, and Kotte capitalizes the bugs on this map today, man.
And that's 3-1. Kotte manages to bring back a spy win. Good job, everybody. We can skip the rest of the game. And as much as I joke about it, it is completely true. I seriously doubt, unless, of course, as we've said before, something terrible goes wrong, like a misclick swap. It's just not going to be, you know, a sniper win.
Oh my
And
god, he had that so locked down for so long. And then I think we both thought the ambassador was about to get personal space, so he swings around to check the statues, and the ambush just doesn't move.
yeah, and that means we're gonna go to statues. We're gonna pick up our last fort, and we're gonna win. That's just how this works.
Oh my god. Back into statues once more. Is barely able to get both of them off. It was a little bit spooky there, but it did happen. One more flirt will do it. We do have the... Well, okay, not that flirt, Kotte.
I think it's still probably fine. We have 1:15. It doesn't really look like we're chasing unless monaters is really, really on top of this. Monators obviously thinking he's got this bug guarded, so we're not going to be, given any suspicion for that path behind the ambassador. So it's just one white test seduce, a talk and a small conversation, a pretty quick talk, but it doesn't really matter just because it's pretty likely that we could have gotten that arrow, and that's the spy win.
Yeah. Nice positioning on the last flirt as well, taking a little bit of a distance because we had the percent for it. May as well not look suspicious.
Yeah, for sure. And Kotte manages to keep the lead despite a nice spy win from monaters. Now we're going into library, and now it's going to be a little bit tough because one more win for Kotte will lock up second place in this group because of that draw differential. And monators needs to win every single game from here on out.
Man, the only way this set could get any more hype is if Monaters starts coming back like crazy. He's starting on the spy side of library. Let's see if it happens in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see how this spy game goes. We always say it, lots of flexibility for spy on library. However, it is still a sniper-biased venue. Snipers have a lot of control. Spies have a lot of flexibility. It is really well designed, in my opinion, in that fact. But we'll see if monators can take this away from Kotte. Ooh, that's spicy. Immediate flirt, immediate run.
Yeah, always a nice little play, especially off the beginning of a map. The bug on the way through. It was not off camera. It was a pretty suspicious path. Kotte doesn't catch it, but he certainly catches the path. And Kotte has found a lot of suspicion on Monaters.
Yeah, the path there, you really are not ever going to see that arm. The only possible way you could find that, guarantee that you've seen that bug is by knowing the cycle of the arm swing on the other side, and that's still really hard to do. You can't be quite sure, usually like you can be about just seeing the arm stick out, but we do pick up the highlight for it, and that is going to be a very, very big advantage for Kotte here. And specifically because we picked up the highlight for the bug. If we had picked up the highlight for something else and it wasn't for the bug, it would be not that bad. But one of Bug's greatest strengths is it just doesn't leave any trace, and it can really mess up the sniper's mission counting. But in this case, if we're just credited with that bug, the mission count's going to be completely on point. You really only have to worry about microfilm as far as missions that could go potentially uncounted at this point, and when you're already a big highlight, microfilm's a hard mission to do.
Early fingerprint comes off on the briefcase, and the contact comes off as well. Currently 4 lowlights, 3 highlights as we step back in to see if we can pick up our second flirt.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We are 2 and like a half and a half. I can't say 3, just because it's a little bit awkward. But we don't pick up that flirt. We were a little bit we didn't want to pick up too much suspicion. We did wait on that. Uh, Toby offers us a drink, and we're gonna see a white Purloin. White Purloin has meant death in all of the games so far, and
It
it's
was
completely
there.
on
It
screen.
was on screen. Kotte makes it happen.
Yeah, that means Kotte has guaranteed themselves a draw, and because they have guaranteed themselves a draw, they have guaranteed themselves into the round of 32, assuming, reasonably that Yeesh does, in fact, win their last match. I'm not actually sure if that would affect the standings. Hold on. Okay,
Well,
so
if
let,
if if, if
let me think about this.
if Sergio decides to be a complete monster, then he can still get in, unless Kotte wins another game. If Kotte wins this outright, it's done and dusted.
Yes, you are correct. Kotte needs one more game to guarantee a spot out of groups, no matter what Sergio does to Yeesh. And a win here would also help Kotte. If Sergio does do some nasty things to Yeesh, that win could put Kotte in a position to get out first in the group. In the meantime, though, we're gonna have to see. Monaters is unfortunately locked out of being able to get out of groups, so Kotte not quite guaranteed with that game out of groups, but it's reasonable to assume that they will be. And one more game, it will be the complete guarantee.
Starting things off on the spy side of library in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, we are just going to go into some books here.
Oh, it
Grab a
immediately pulls
book.
it out. It was on camera. There's the shot. Monaters.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
Monaters knows he's out of it and is having none of it. He does not care. He's like, you have this book that early? It hasn't been that long. There's no way you took that out nicely. Here comes my bullet into your brain, and Kotte does not get away with that book cheese. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, you want to knock me out of groups? Here, have some of this.
Oh man, Kotte, even in getting knocked out, still being entertaining, still saying, you know what, it's fine. I'm good.
Oh, I
And,
love it.
look at this mission setup for High Rise. I think they started to go insane.
Well, Monaters on the spy with no inspect, no flirt, and no fingerprint. The available missions are bug, contact, transfer, swap, and purloin. Yes, you heard that right. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, this is Monators' spy side, so it's not Kotte going insane. Kotte, I think, is probably aware of the fact that they need one more game to secure it. But Monators doesn't care. We're time adding on High Rise. That's usually something that you can't do. But actually, there's a lot of AIs at Windows right now, so it's not that bad.
Monators just having some fun.
Doing some 360s, going into a conversation. It's no big deal.
Oh man. Okay, well.
We're gonna put it on here 100%. There it is.
Green purloin. All right.
The SDA is being offered here. That is going to be a take by the SDA.
Oh, it's a bad rotation. He doesn't see it. He hasn't seen the list.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. There's the vision
Now
on
he's
the
seen
list.
Does he know? Does he know? I don't think he knows.
This might not be something he knows.
Opie, I don't think he knows.
Oh, Mark
He knows. He knows.
He just takes the shot. Does not
fair
care.
enough.
Like I care not for your all hard tells setup. I will shoot you for one of them. And there goes Kotte guaranteeing themselves right into the right into the round of 32. Very, very nice job from Kotte. Could still get first or second depending on the outcome of the other match, Sergio versus Yeesh, but most likely second. We have to say that over and over again because Yeesh is very, very good. Yeesh was unanimously voted to be first in the group stage predictions poll, I believe. So a lot of faith there from in Yeesh from the community.
These guys are just having so much fun.
Kotte is shutting that down though. No fun. No fun. I'm just gonna have fingerprints off or purloin. That's a normal decision some people like to make.
All right. No fingerprint in favor of Purloin. Other than that, it's normal. Kotte on the spy, monaters on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I don't blame Kotte because every game does still matter when you're in a group with Yeesh, and you still could get out first. Those tiebreakers could very well be important.
That's true.
So I don't blame Kotte for not following suit on the craziness that we saw from monaters here.
One inspect off the top of the game, now stepping into conversation with the seduction target for 33% on the first flirt.
Yeah, this might be a decent time for a contact. There would be 2 people out, but both SDAs in. So it's not the best time, but it is a time.
If you look at it from Kotte's point of view, though, only like 2 other people in conversation with you. You don't know who the SDA is, so at this point, probably best
Banana
to
bread.
never mind.
Do get 2 lowlights off of it, unfortunately, because we had a drink taker during the contact. That was a little bit unfortunate from Kotte there. We are just going to talk because it was our turn to talk. It's not actually a flirt. But we will be looking for the flirts and probably hoping for an AI to get shot. But on the other hand, we do have the option to finish with 1 statue visit after a flirt's done.
Yep. 67% on the flirt after the second one. We still do have that 1 inspect to play with, and it looks like I thought we were going to statues to get them done, but not yet.
Now we'll be obligated for this briefcase if we're acting like an AI. Unfortunately, we don't do that. We don't care about this briefcase enough, and it doesn't look like monators does either, so we're not going to get punished for it. But we are just standing over here at these windows, looking out into the lights of the city and the beyond. It's a very nice view we've got in this high rise. We will be going and stepping into these second inspects here to finish these up.
Minute and 45 seconds left as we finish up our inspects on the second visit on high rise. Not something that happens too often.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if we've really been noticed at these statues. There was a zoom out, so Monators probably has an idea. We are walking back from over there.
Especially since we were highlit. But now another statue visit.
Now we definitely know that we're finished with inspects here.
What spy would go back to statues 3 times, Monators?
4 times, Monators!
4 times! Who would do this, Monators?
Yeah, who would? Apparently it's Kotte. 4 statue visits. Will we see a 5th statue visit? I'm kinda hoping we do. Kotte.
Okay, now you're just being the spy. Now this is just like rubbing it in his face. It's too obvious. You've flown too close to the sun, Kotte.
Once you've done that many statue visits, it wraps right back around to becoming like, huh, I'm not sure this is right. the odds of that are, and the seduction target loses.
Banana's eyebrow has raised a little bit too far. 20 seconds left to play. Are we going to be able to get this last flirt? Where's she going? Is she going to bookcase? Oh, the shot comes off! Monators is on top of things.
Yeah, I did not like that leap from conversation, I suppose, after all of that suspicion.
Too many statues.
There it is, Kotte winning 5-3 in the end. In a really entertaining setup.